welcome back to my channel. It's Amy. We're back. We are prepared. Today is the weight loss Q&A time. Honestly, you guys, I just needed a breather after my last Q&A a few weeks ago because you guys have no idea. Like, I love answering your questions, don't get me wrong, but I literally sit here for any Q&A for like over a good hour, I would say, just talking. Literally, it's partially my fault because I can't just give like short answers. I'm like the biggest natterbug ever. But your girl is back. She's feeling the right frame of mind and she is ready to answer these. Don't talk about yourself in the third person, Amy. But I am ready to answer these questions. Real quick, for anyone who is new to my channel before I get started, who may be like, who the hell is this bitch giving weight loss advice? I used to weigh 212 pounds, so I lost 88 pounds the all-natural way through diet and exercise. And I'm actually kind of on a weight loss journey again at the moment, so you guys will hear about that later. Tegan Noel XO says, how much do you weigh at the moment? Too much, literally, too much. I don't know how much I weigh. I haven't stepped on a scale in months. My jeans are like a size 4 or 25, 26. Kalila385 says, do you take pre-workouts? No, I don't. I see a lot of people do though, and so I have wanted to try. Honestly, I wouldn't know where to start. Anila T. Hafiz says, did you see a doctor or nutritionist? I lack self-control when it comes to food, and did you exercise at the same time? Did I see a doctor and nutritionist? No, I found out everything myself through the internet or through trial and error, and literally my videos, I give you all the information that I found through that. So check out my weight loss and diet and fitness playlist because all the information is in there if you don't know where to start. Self-control with food is something that will definitely come along as you progress along your weight loss journey. It's definitely harder in the beginning, but it becomes a lot easier. And did I exercise? Of course. That's the main way that I feel like I lost weight, by doing both together. Shari Smolinsley says, what was your biggest weight loss obstacle? I just feel like I haven't been working hard forever and I'm tired of getting disappointed. Honestly, for me, my biggest obstacle was getting started and making the decision to start. And even probably now that I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight again, that is still my biggest obstacle. And like I say, it takes about a month to get yourself into a routine, to break or build a habit. And so after 30 days of really pushing yourself mentally and physically, it's just going to become part of your everyday routine. Rashida Robinson says, how do you feel about intermittent fasting? And did you do couch to 25? Intermittent fasting, I would never fast. I could never fast. If I fasted before working out too, I would pass out flat. I know some people do fasted workouts, but for me, I need the energy of something, even if it's just like a banana or some nuts. And I think that, why would I? I've been able to lose weight without fasting, and I think I could never just deprive myself of food. So it's not for me. And I did do couch to 5K, not 25K. And I really like that program. That's how I first started to learn how to run and teach myself how to run in bursts of, well, I couldn't even run 60 seconds, I mean. So that's how I taught myself to run for any length of time. CHCH says, thanks for doing this. You're welcome, girl. Do you bloat often? Depending on what I eat, yes. And anytime around my period, oh my god, I am the biggest bloater. Like, bloating is probably, my hair looks like shit. Bloating is probably one of my biggest freaking issues, which is why I do really like the flat tummy tea. This video isn't sponsored or anything, and I do find that that helps me cut down on my bloat a lot. But what I do is avoid foods that I know bloat me. Sam says, how did you deal with loose skin after your weight loss? I don't really have loose skin apart from really like on my arms. I have maybe a tiny little bit here and maybe like this tiniest smidge on my stomach, but it doesn't really look. See. I have a few stretch marks on my stomach, but not really loose skin. So I was really lucky. To avoid it, you have to do slow and steady weight loss. Don't try and do like fast, quick fixes, because when you lose weight too quickly and the fat just goes shroop from your body, your skin doesn't have a chance to have the process of I don't know what to call it, but your skin doesn't have a chance to like snap back around the new small shape if it's been stretched out for so long. So if you lose weight slowly, your skin's elasticity gradually shrinks along with you. Another thing people say helps to avoid it is using oils and body butters on the areas where you may be prone. So definitely your stomach, your thighs, and things like that. Oh, this is a good question. Lori Baker says, Lori, probably not Lori. What motivated you to carry on working out when you were left hurting from weight training? Girl, this is like the biggest thing. Anytime I start weight training again after not, it literally hurts to sit on the toilet. Oh my god, when you wake up from getting out of bed in the morning because you've been lying down for 8 hours, struggle bus. I'm going to tell you guys the secret to getting over that, and that is going back and working out again. And I know it sounds counterproductive, but literally the minute I start like running or lifting weights and working out, the pain is weirdly way less. It's like pushing through the pain really kind of helps like break that barrier. I have no idea what it is. Maybe someone can tell me in the comments below what the science is. After the workout, I do get a little bit sore again, not gonna lie, but trust me, work through it and then give yourself a rest day as needed if it's really bad. Al Sudini says, could you talk about your high intensity interval training schedule again? how you fit it into your life, and how long do the sessions have to be effective. Okay, so high intensity interval training, what I did was I would run as fast as I could until I was out of breath for 60 seconds. Then I would bring the treadmill down to a walking speed so I could catch my breath, and so my heart was at like a resting heartbeat. And then I would spike it up and run as fast as I could for 60 seconds, and then walk again for a minute, back and forth, back and forth. That's literally all I did to lose all of the weight. I did this 3 to 5 times a week, and it only really takes 30 minutes to be effective. Some people say 20, but my session with a warm-up and cool down was about 30 to 35 minutes every time. Nadia D says, how do you keep motivated during your weight loss journey day by day? It's such a struggle. Honestly, it can be hard day to day, especially like when you're tempted with all this bad food and you're like, I'll just not go to the gym. But you really have to think of the end game, your big end result. Like maybe this summer you want to wear a certain bathing suit and you want to look great, or you want to fit into a certain pair of clothes, or you can just envisage your new body. That's what kept me motivated to keep going in the beginning, because I knew that I didn't know I could get even to the weight I was today, but I knew that I would be a lot better than I was at that time. And it was only going to take like 6 months to a year to make that change. And then once I started actually losing the weight, I started to enjoy going to the gym. Another thing that really motivated me was my fitness improving. When I could see myself getting better, I was like, yes, girl, like you're actually not dying anymore. Matt Padilla says, how do you keep the same weight when traveling and going out to get healthy options? I lose weight, but then when I travel, I gain it back. Honestly, most vacations I go on, I do loosen up my diet a little bit and my exercise regime. I don't usually exercise on vacation, and I definitely have more cheats than I would if I was at home. But for me, one thing I do is I prepare for that vacation time. So in the lead up to vacation, for like a month or two before, I will eat very clean. I will not have my cheat days as much and like work out 5 times a week. I will go super hard at the gym so that by the time I do have that week of downtime and those few more cheats, it's not really the biggest of deals. It's like a little time off, and sometimes time off can do the body good when you go back, because vacation at the end of the day, you spend your money. It's meant to be fun. You're gonna treat yourself. It's only a short period of time, and honestly, doing that, I've never gained weight on vacation. Do the best you can. Like, I mean, don't eat 3 bad meals a day, but indulge from time to time and make good choices when you can. It's kind of like a trade-off. Haley Elizabeth says, how long did it take for your stomach to get flat? After the first year, it was flat-ish. No, that's a lie. It was still a little bit fatty, but it was acceptable, I guess. I think it really took like a year and a half, and I think it was when I started doing lower carb eating and also weight training that it started to kind of slim and tone down. It was really the last like 10 pounds that really came off my stomach, I feel like. Brianna Bang says, what is your biggest tip to someone trying to lose weight? First of all, just do it, just start. You will not regret it. Do anything that you can. Even doing one little step, like eating a salad for lunch today or taking the stairs instead of the elevator, is a step towards your weight loss journey. So however small that step is, take it, because that is starting your weight loss journey. And by slowly making changes and revamping your lifestyle, that's how it's really going to work for you, and it's really going to click and become easy. And my second tip is to be patient. Do not think that it's going to be a quick journey. Do not think that because someone else lost weight in this amount of time, you will, because it can be slower than you think or quicker than you think, and you'll just get discouraged if you have expectations. So just know the only expectation you need to have is if you're doing the right things with your diet, if you're doing some exercise as well, and you know that you're eating at a calorie deficit, eventually you're going to lose weight. The Jazzy Girl 2012 says, you've probably answered this, but how did you portion your food? Did you weigh it? For meat, yes, I did buy a food scale, and I would weigh it when I was counting calories strictly. And I would also have measuring cups and literal teaspoons, like, you know, measuring teaspoons, utensils. And I would measure servings of literally everything that went into my mouth. Like, once you've done it for long enough, then you don't necessarily need to be so anal about measuring and weighing, because you can kind of eyeball and know. So eventually I would just eyeball it. Lioness M says, how do you get the courage to not care what people think when you first start the gym? Honestly, everyone is there for the same reason, to better themselves and to work out. And I swear to God, like when I'm at the gym, unless I'm like on a little rest period from my set and I'm like, oh damn, this girl looks good, she's doing a good exercise, I don't notice anyone at the gym. Chances are, even if you're bigger, they're going to be like, good for you, girl. Like in their head, they're going to think, you go, girl, because you're making that effort to better yourself. Just do you and stay in your lane. I'm telling you, you're there for the right reasons. Lacey Anderson says, oh, this is a good question. How did you balance a social life when you were hardcore dieting? Did you ever feel like you had to miss out on things to avoid eating and drinking things that would blow your diet? No, I didn't really have to balance my social life because I didn't diet technically. I literally still eat the same way that I did when I was losing weight now. I just eat a little bit more. For me, I would allow myself one cheat day a week. So if I really want to go out and I knew my friends were going out to a restaurant, I would coincide my cheat day with that, like that event, that social event that I know is coming up. So I could go out and order anything. I wouldn't feel restricted. But then if there were times where I didn't want to cheat, I would go and I would just order the best thing on the menu that I could find. I would research sometimes as well, like the calories and things and the carbs from the restaurant menus. They usually have nutritional information online, so I could make an informed decision before I go. And honestly, you're still getting that social aspect. The food is still pretty good. It's going to be different to what you're making at home, so I found it exciting enough. As for drinking, I've never been a huge drinker, but when I drink, I did switch out my drinks to just vodka and soda water with a little bit of lime, or I do drink wine. I got this question a lot, but I'm reading it from Corinne Marseille. How's dating for you before and after your weight loss? What is different and what is the same, and have your friendships changed? Honestly, I don't think it's very different in the fact that I'm treated the same in relationships. I think I probably get more attention from guys, and maybe guys that wouldn't have approached me in the past would approach me now. So from that way it's changed, but I don't feel, I was very lucky. No one really treated me any different when I was a bigger girl, and no, my friendships haven't changed at all. Oh, this one's a good one too. Lena Hyken says, did you notice weight loss in your calves? I have huge freaking calves, you guys, and not really. My calves are quite muscular, but they're still broad. Like when I wear skinny jeans, the hardest part to get them over is my thick ass calves. Like they're huge. So no, I wish I lost a little bit of weight in them, but I feel like they just kind of stayed muscular and a little bit bulky, so no. Claudette Henderson says, how long did it take you to see visual body results when you began your workout routine? Probably, I would say till I could see myself as an actual difference was about 6 months into my weight loss journey. I'm my harshest critic. Even now, I think sometimes I look bigger than I am. So I think that, I know that I was losing weight before then because I knew I was wearing smaller clothes and things like that, but I still felt that I looked pretty big until 6 months into my weight loss journey. Serena K. Chen says, how often did you weigh yourself, and was the trend always downwards week after week? I didn't weigh myself a lot. We don't actually even have a scale in the house, so I probably only weigh myself once every 20 pounds, it would seem like, because that wasn't really my focus. My focus has always been on like how I looked in the mirror, what size clothes I was wearing, and how my clothes fit. So I would go by more visual than number, even today, to this very day. And I don't think the number to me has ever really mattered what number I would be at. I always go by looking in the mirror. So I guess the trend was always downwards, but just because I waited so long. Fitastic Life says, do you prefer to work out inside or outside, and why? And have I ever worked out with a personal trainer? I did get a personal trainer the very first, like I think 3 or 5 sessions when I first joined the gym, just because I had no idea how to use any machines, how to do anything. There was a special when I signed up, so I did then, but I don't recommend it. She literally cornered me in a room after and was like, okay, well, if you want to lose, like, get to your goal weight that you tell me, in a 2-year plan, you have to pay $10,000. And I was like, I almost spat out my water, literally. And then I was like, do you mean $1,000? No, she was like, no, $10,000. And I was like, oh, I don't think so. And she was like, well, you can finance it. And I was like, go bye. So no, I don't think you need to pay a personal trainer. I think they're overpriced. I think you can definitely do it on your own, because that's what I did. And I prefer to work out inside because I get so hot. I sweat so freaking much, it's not even a joke, that I need that little fan or that AC. Also, even in winter or when it's cooler, I get shin splints, and I find running on the pavement really, really hard on my calves. I'm very prone to shin splints even with proper form, and it just hurts, so I can't really work out outside like that. Courtney Tucker says, have you gained weight back after losing it, and how do you deal with it? Yes. Right now, like I said. And how do I deal with it? I just do the tips that I tell you. Literally, I clean up my diet, because chances are why I gain weight is because I slacked at the gym a little bit, or I've been a little bit too much cheating on my diet, or a combination of the two. I honestly find sometimes if I've fallen off at the gym, it's more motivating to go back because I've had a break, I've had that mental reset, and so everything ends up being brand new, and it's exciting again for me to like push myself. YG says, did you ever experience a weight loss plateau, and how did you deal with it? I personally didn't, but the best way to deal with a weight loss plateau, if you do, is to switch up your workout and your eating habits, because sometimes you plateau only because your body is so used to what you've been doing for so long, and it expects it, and it kind of needs that reset or that jolt of you doing something different to start like losing weight again. So yeah guys, those are all the questions that I'm going to answer for you today. Those are all the ones that I could get through. If you guys have any more questions, leave them in the comments below. If there are enough, I will do another weight loss Q&A, and if there aren't enough, what I will just do is, I guess I will just answer them in the comments below. But yes, check out my weight loss playlist. I do have other Q&As where if I didn't answer your question today, I definitely probably answered it before, or I have a whole video about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe before you leave and give this a thumbs up. And I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for letting me share my tips and tricks with you and for listening to my advice. Like, it's the best feeling in the world. Okay, bye guys.